In this video, I'm going to talk about the reason why I'm heavily getting invested into the residential assisted living space from the real estate standpoint. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What is going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serg. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown me. And if you have not yet, make sure to go check out the God Made podcast on all streaming platforms. Also, make sure to go check out Legion Assisted Living Academy, and also feel free to schedule a mentorship call. That link will be down below. You guys can go and click that. And also feel free to go check out valleyalfventures.com. You can check us out on Instagram as well, but you can go check out the website if you're looking to passively invest into the space that I'm discussing. Also, if you're looking to potentially sell your own facility or looking to even lease a facility, let us know. You can do that all through our website. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. So you may have noticed that I do talk a lot about the real estate aspect of this entire space that we're currently in and that I'm talking about, which is residential assisted living, and then also just assisted living in general and behavioral health and all these different aspects of this specific niche. And the reason being is because there is such a need that is in this space, and just like the rest of the housing shortage, there's a housing shortage for this as well. Surprisingly, there's a lot of people who can no longer afford to actually go into a big box facility and really need to cut down on expenses and move into these smaller settings known as residential assisted livings. And not only that, but there is a housing shortage for the behavioral niche as well. And so because of everything that's happened in the epidemic with drug addiction, mental illness, all these different various things that is happening within our country, a lot of these people need help, and there's not enough places and there's not enough housing to support all the demand that's there. And so this has really drawn me to really get involved on the real estate aspect. And I've been able to connect and partner up with some great people who have been on the real estate side of it and are able to properly get these places going. And I've been involved with them and partnered up with them. And now it's just a matter of being able to provide as much housing as possible and convert as many things as we can to be able to properly meet this demand. And this is what I'm excited about, because there's not been a better opportunity for people who are looking to get into a business that makes a difference like this, and to not only take advantage of the business aspect of it, but even the real estate aspect of it. It does definitely require some different regulations, some different zoning codes, some different things that need to go into properly setting your property up to get one of these things licensed. But the reality is that a lot of people like to look at this simply from an investment standpoint, which there's absolutely nothing wrong. And at the end of the day, you are making a difference with utilizing the capital that you have available to help provide housing for these individuals that need this kind of help, whether it be for assisted living or behavioral. And oftentimes there are people who like to make the argument that people who look at it from an investor standpoint, that's not the best way to look at it. And it all depends, because not everybody's meant to be doing something like this from an operational standpoint. They're not meant to operate a lot of these facilities, and it definitely takes a certain type of person and heart to really get into this business and be successful at it. And with that being said, there is still opportunities for people who see the need, see the demand, but don't want to get involved on the operations. And that's who I'm speaking to, because as people find out once they get into this business and as they start their own operations, they may have some really great intentions, but the burden is a lot. It is a lot to run one of these places. And that's something that's not talked about ever, is about how much these operators get burnt out and how much of a burden they actually carry, not only from a staffing standpoint, not only from an elderly standpoint, but even from taking care of the families themselves. There's just so many different dynamics and things that go into this. And that is something people don't really factor in, and it does take a lot, but with the right team in place and with the right people in place, you can truly run a successful operation. And so for me, I've really come to learn that I love the real estate side of it. I love being able to purchase these properties and be able to convert them properly and make sure that the right operators are in there to take care of these elderly, take care of the people who are in need of any kind of behavioral services. And so that is what I truly enjoy. There's good and bad to even the operation side, but even the real estate side. There's a lot of slumlords who like to come in, get a property, and it kind of just falls into their lap. They didn't realize that they've actually had a property that's already been previously licensed or zoned, and they end up finding some, operator who's maybe pretty average and just gets in there, and they never take care of the residents or the patients. And then also the slumlord never takes care of any of the problems on the property. And so that is something that happens very frequently. There's horrible leases that are put into place. There's people who really find themselves in really bad positions when they lease from these slumlords. And so at the end of the day, I saw this issue and situation, knew my passion for real estate. And as many of you know, I had an Airbnb in the past that I ended up selling back in 2020, the end of 2020. And that was like my very first experience with purchasing and selling a piece of real estate and starting a business out of it, etc. And I truly enjoyed it and the whole process that went into it. And so that's what's drawn me into doubling down and purchasing a ton of different properties to be able to make sure that there's operators in place providing the best care for this demographic of elderly, but also behavioral, because that is a niche that is in high demand as well. And so for many of you, I'll start talking a lot more about the real estate side of things, and I will be putting out a video of actually going through a demo and what we're doing to actually revamp a previous assisted living that we just purchased right now. And when you guys watch this video, the next one should be a demo video and what we're doing to improve that property, even though it was previously already being used in assisted living. And it could be, for the most part, we wouldn't have to do any renovations to it. We could just simply open the doors up and go ahead and move forward with having our operators start their business out of it. But what we're going to do is actually revamp it and make it better, make the curb appeal better, make the interior better, and provide that environment for those residents that end up eventually living there, for them to make the experience a lot better. And for our operator who's already leasing a separate property from us, who is doing an amazing job and has her heart in the right place, has a great system. And those are the types of people that I truly want to work with. At the end of the day, it's the standards that you set for yourself and the people that you want to work with. That is what you're going to get. And so you guys will see that video. You guys will see more videos about what it is that I'm going to do. And so it's going to be a lot more real estate focused, but I'm going to talk about the operations as well. So don't think that you need to stop watching these videos because I'm talking more from a real estate standpoint. And the reason why I'm talking about that is how that's going to improve even the operations for that said property, and what you guys can get ideas of what you may want to do to your property to be able to have better operations and be able to actually get better clientele because of the different renovations we're going to be doing to these different properties. And I do have, once, hopefully by the time this video is actually out on the channel, I will share some really exciting news for a project that we're currently working on that I'm very, very excited. It's going to be for behavioral health. So for the people who are interested in that niche, that's going to be a video you guys will definitely want to watch and actually just look into, and what we're doing to this specific property, which this property isn't even residential necessarily at all. It's going to be a commercial property, and it's a very big property and a big project, and something that I'm going to be very excited to share and talk with you about. But anyways, regardless, I wanted to get on here, let you guys know that I will be making a lot more videos on that type of stuff and talk about what goes into the operations as well. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe, especially for the videos that will be coming out on this channel. I do appreciate you all, and that is the reason why I'm heavily getting into the real estate aspect of all of this. And it is something that not only from a diversification and investment standpoint, and that's just the route that I am going down now more than anything. So I'm definitely excited to share this next journey with you all. And with that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one.